luckily some people give me frankly good bits. Sometimes they're much better than anything I find because they come from somewhere else. And what comes up on Southwell Beach is hardly anything now because they put in those groins to stop things coming, to stop the movement of the land, which is downwards. And that means that the wood doesn't come in, only the plastic, because it blows in. So you only get seaweed and plastic, practically no wood at all.
I found a boat skeleton in the marsh. It was half under water, but not rotted. The dark blue paint was cracking and curling off it. My friend carried it back to my house. I laid it on the studio floor. It was nearly too good to do anything with, but not quite, because almost without touching them, bits of wood came out of my wood pile and lay down on the broken bones, leaving little gaps and splits of different shapes and sizes. They tilted slightly and at different angles. I kept going up to see what was happening when I was supposed to be doing something else. 2 or 3 hours disappeared in 2 or 3 minutes every day for several months. But while it lay on the floor, it got kicked out of shape at least 20 times, particularly by my photographer, who put her stand on its chest and kicked its side out of the camera's way. I quickly put the pieces back, but by the end of that session it had been out of shape at least 8 times. At last, after a very good lunch with my friend, I went to my studio and worked at top speed for 5.5 hours without stopping. I screwed everything into place. By then, I knew exactly where each bit needed to go. There was no choice, but they had to be fixed at once. They couldn't wait another minute. When at last I could see it, you can't look properly on the floor, I got quite a surprise to see that I had a kind of man there. Later I realized he was a bog man. His head and feet had been partially burnt and some of his bones broken. He might have been impaled on a plank, which had become part of his body. Are those his feet, which don't touch the ground, but seem to hang on either side of what started as his body and which is burnt at the bottom? This piece works by the left-out shapes, the splits and gaps left by the wood, which doesn't join, and the angles at which the pieces of wood lie. The colour is equally important. I haven't painted any of it. I had no idea he would be a bog man when I started.